brought to us by radio.
Today's best music.
96.7.
Radio
City.
Piccadilly 1152.
From Liverpool.
Commercial radio is big business with fat profits, if you get the formula right.
From the heart of Manchester with today's best music.
Now a new station is about to take the gamble and join the crowded airwaves in the northwest.
It's a war out there. There are 22 other stations directly competing with us for listeners, because the more listeners you have, the more money you make.
MD John Myers is spending a small fortune on fancy studios, publicity and presenters. And in the war ahead, he's got a secret weapon.
Hi, this is Derek Hatton, Century 105. We will be on the air when?
But Derek Hatton, presenter of the lunchtime phone-in, has never done anything quite like this before.
Weekday, 1 o'clock for the Degsy debate. I'm looking forward to it. I know you are. We'll have the real time to be on there. Hey. Hi.
Derek has to deliver. If the listeners don't like him, then he knows himself he'll have to go.
Can John Myers launch his station successfully and transform Derek, the infamous politician, into Degsy, the radio star?
Be on air on the 8th.
No, man.
In posh new offices on Salford Quays, Manchester, testing of equipment and people is about to begin. The first of the new team are assembled.
Today is the very important day. We've got a transmitter on the top of Winter Hill, which they're working on now. And at some time over the next hour or so, they're going to switch it on. And we've got radio switched to it now, which there's just hiss coming out of, but hopefully it'll burst into life. And it'll never be switched off unless we upset the radio authority.
They're about to play their very first record to test the station.
Wait, we're on the air! We're on the air!
Century, owned by Border Television, is taking on tough competition in the northwest. There are 23 other commercial stations in the area and a very strong BBC presence.
This is fantastic news.
You're listening to test transmissions for the all-new Century 105.
Century is the brainchild of John Myers, and he's promised the radio authority his output will have twice as much speech as most commercial stations. But will speech bring in the listeners?
Hey, the prize man!
It's a fun radio station for adults. I mean, some stations have really fallen by the wayside because they say, we do intelligent speech. We would never say that we do intelligent speech. We do entertaining speech.
Now, you realise before we start, John, right, that I've only just learned how to go from a pencil to a pen.
Right,
so it's that level of ignorance we're starting with.
Right, well, okay, we're going right back to basics.
Right back to basics.
This is your mission control, really. This is your part of Concord.
John's invested in state-of-the-art equipment because he's not just the managing director, he's also a DJ and will present the breakfast show.
On this, you have your mic.
But teaching Derek to press the right buttons and talk at the same time could be John's biggest challenge.
They've gone down in their level.
Yeah. And that's that one.
That's that one there. So, all right, so you just drop the fader. So when you... Derek's a character, and that's what this station's about. The trick is to say something like 15, 20 years ago, everybody in this country knew him for his politics. He's had a little bit of a slump. But this is his real chance now to hit the big time again. And how many people can have a new career at 51 years of age?
But okay, I mean, do you never use that then?
Occasionally I do, yeah. The fact that he's nervous gives me confidence, because if he goes on air nervous, he'll be successful. If he goes on air cocky, he'll die on his backside.
You just want it to start immediately. You don't want to now wait the few weeks before we actually launch. You want to start. You want to actually get the calls. I want to open the lines now. I want to be in a position where, okay, let's start. Let people phone in. Let's start talking to them. Hi, this is Derek Hatton. Join me from the 8th of September on Century 105 for the Degsy debate.
Right, you need to don't shout as much, so back off a bit, okay? Don't write it down. Don't shout, just be a bit more relaxed. Hi, this is Derek Hatton. Join me, nice and slow. Okay.
Hi, this is Derek Hatton. Join me for the Degsy debate starting the 8th of September, 1 o'clock every weekday. I'm looking forward to it, and you certainly will be.
Right. If you went into a pub, you wouldn't say, "Hi, I'm Derek Hatton, Century 105." You wouldn't say that. So just say, "Hi, this is Derek Hatton, I'm on Century 105." Right. Just a conversational.
All right. Hi, this is Derek Hatton. Tune in on the 8th of September, Century 105, the Degsy debate. We'll have some fun. I'll be there. I'll be on the air. We will be there.
What a lot of crap that was. All right.
Hi, this is Derek Hatton. I'll be here on Century 105, 8 o'clock. No. You'll know it's doing my head, didn't you, Arch, you know? Hi, this is Derek Hatton, Century...
No, don't shout, man. Don't shout.
Derek never did get good enough to do his own trails.
Hey, don't miss my show every weekday, 1 o'clock.
Just in case things don't work out well with Derek, John's going after a guaranteed route of getting audiences: football.
All right. So, do you get me comments? The hardest part when you're launching a new station is to get people to physically switch to your dial. If we can get exclusive football commentary, then we win. Because I'm physically forcing football supporters of that club to move that dial to find their commentary on the favourite team.
Solskjaer takes it. Oh, he scored!
Armed with a £3 million launch fund, John's wheeling and dealing to try to win exclusive match commentary rights away from all the other local radio stations. It's a game of poker, and he could end up paying too much.
I've offered a six-figure sum, a fantastic amount of money, which has forced the other stations to give them more money, so at the very least we've cost them money. But, you know, to get Manchester United would be a dream.
John's spending spree's gathering pace, and his war chest is emptying fast.
All I said is you can't be Christian and be gay.
You can.
You can't. Of course you can't. It's down in black and white in the Bible. Thou shalt not lie with a man.
He's been poaching people from radio stations up and down the country. His most expensive acquisition is shock jock Scotty McClue.
Loving your neighbour means delivering a cup of sugar on demand or helping them if they've locked themselves out. It doesn't mean giving it the old best shot, does it?
Yeah, but your neighbour might be a fella.
Look, are you gay?
No.
Right.
No.
Well, get off then and stop being such an idiot.
I think he's the most talented late-night phone-in presenter without question in Britain. He really is. And he generates what I call the penis on the page effect with audience. But he's dangerous. But dangerous presenters get you listeners. He's good for business.
Yes, well, I feel that some gay people are getting persecuted. And I think it's wrong.
Why? How can it be wrong to persecute somebody who's deviant?
He says things which might not be politically correct. But there's nothing wrong with that.
How can being gay possibly be normal?
Just because some of the listeners may disagree with him doesn't make it wrong that he doesn't have the right to go on air and say it. And he does it in an entertaining way.
I don't accept you because you're thick.
It all comes down to audience figures.
To get those audiences, John's spending £1 million advertising his station.
I'm John, I'm not being thick, but how do I know there?
But he's not confident enough in Derek to have him photographed for the publicity campaign. For now, it'll just be John and Scotty on the posters.
So you're outrageous and outspoken, are you, Scotty?
I'm slightly, yes.
So only slightly.
Only the best advertising agency will do for John. He's gone to the one that came up with have a break, have a Kit Kat.
And it's 105 FM, that's important, yeah? And this is the one I've picked, which is Century Radio 105 FM. Funny, you bet your FM life, right? Because we applied it to a couple of ads, specifically for Scotty. I'm on FM and I'm not PC. Outrageous and outspoken. Scotty McClue every evening from 10 p.m. Century Radio. Controversial, you bet your FM life. And the idea, the flexibility of this line, and I know that's the kind of thing you like, is that you can precede the line, you bet your FM life, with anything, you know, controversial, outrageous, popular, funny, witty, outspoken, okay? And I think that's got some legs.
I just think that you bet your FM life is rude.
I don't see it as being rude. I see it as being kind of cheeky, as being impudent, really, and a bit it's very tongue-in-cheek.
I can't live with you bet your FM life. I mean, I just think that FM says the F word. Surely you can come up with a line that says what you wanted to say, but it's something I can live with. There's no way that a bus company or a TV company or a poster company would allow their ideas to go up on poster sites. So, you know, we're having to tone those down, such as Derek Hatton, mass debate at 1 o'clock. Well, as much as we think that's a humorous line, I cannot see a bus company allowing mass debate with Derek Hatton at 1 o'clock going on the back of their buses. So I think that it's rude.
Well done, team.
With money pouring out, John's sales team are frantically selling airtime to advertisers ready for the moment the station goes on the air.
I have to get the listeners, count them, and then sell them. The more numbers we deliver, the more money we make. It's as simple as that.
Hi mate, it's Dana Century.
But official audience figures won't be out for 6 months. For now, they'll have to convince potential advertisers they'll reach their target audience.
Obviously, the surge in listeners from day one. Obviously, we've spoken about the campaign. So, there is a bargain. The total cost for the 3 weeks of activity is just over £15,000 plus VAT.
I can't believe that, you know, a 3-week campaign on a new radio station will deliver the volumes of sales that I would need.
Right.
I'll give you 10 grand for the campaign.
10 grand?
Yeah.
You know, 10 grand, there's no way we can go down to that sort of figure. But if you were looking at making a decision now, then I'm sure we could, you know, potentially meet halfway. You know, basically,
the people who are buying airtime on our station are buying it out of trust. But if we don't deliver those figures, when the figures come in, our credibility is shot.
John's renting a flat around the corner from the station. His family are still living in the northeast until they sell their house and find somewhere locally.
You do miss the wife and kids and telling them everything that's gone on today. That's what you miss, is that you'll never guess what's happened today. Sales had a really good day today. So, looks like we're going to hit target for September. And did some training with Derek Hatton today. It was entertaining, eh? This is the biggest license the radio authority's ever given. And if this radio station doesn't work, I'll struggle to get a job in Iceland. Right, take a level on your mic.
ABC, egg and bacon, fried bread, tomatoes.
You've got to open your mic first, man. Yeah.
Today is Derek's very first attempt at driving the desk and talking on the phone at the same time.
Take a level, but you can't just open your mic and say 1, 2, 3, otherwise everyone will hear it.
Well, maybe it might be interesting.
Programme director Graham Ledger has organised the newsroom staff to be Derek's callers.
Take that off.
Fine.
And when you're ready to go up.
So, come out with your jingle, which is T, and then go straight to the
on 0161 400 0000 for the Degsy debate.
That's still on.
On Century 105.
Oh, we're doing it now?
Yes.
Sorry, I thought we were just playing with that one, sorry.
So start off, press your caller to air, so they're ready to go. No, you haven't started yet. Press your caller on air. Right. Press your jingle, then start.
Call now on 0161 400 0000 for the Degsy debate on Century 105.
Mandy, line 1, how are you, love?
Hello, I'm all right, thank you.
Good. You had a nice day?
Yeah, not bad.
Only not bad?
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of that. What are you on for?
Well, it's about Bill Clinton. I know that everyone keeps going on about him, all the other stuff that he's been up to and everything.
I mean, do you care what he's been up to?
No, I don't.
Do you think most people care?
No.
Do you think he cares?
I think he cares on a personal level, yeah.
Do you? He should get sacked. He should get sacked for picking that Monica Lewinsky. I mean, did you see her get out that cab? Oh, it put you off your breakfast. OK, Mandy, thanks very much. We'll go now to line 2 to Steve. Steve, what do you think about what Mandy just said?
I could just hear music and then somebody whittering. I thought it was you.
Hello, Steve.
Hello.
What's up with you? Where are you from?
Right. When the first caller was on, right, you're too quick to have your say. The primary aim for you is to decide what your view is. And you need to give yourself time to understand what his point is. Otherwise, he can make you look a right tit by he giving his point of view, and then he's going to say to you at the end, well, that's not what I meant. So find out what his point is before you move on. Don't worry about this. The only time you think about this is when you're switching from one caller to another.
But I've got to worry about it because I've got to get it right.
You've got to get it right, yes.
And I will, by the way.
I know you will. Otherwise, you won't be on.
Oh, hey!
As well as setting up the new station, John is also in charge of Century 106, Nottingham. He's worried because their all-important audience figures are too low, and he's heading south to pay them a visit.
The situation at Nottingham is that the station isn't performing. It's should be now, after 12, 13 months on the air, 11, 12 or 13%, and it's now at 7%. So we've just got to go down and put some showbiz into the output and lift the audience.
Century 106.
Century in Nottingham is a dream that didn't go well enough for Group Chief Myers. The old management has moved out and John's moved in and sacked nearly all the presenters.
There's a new sound to Century 106 from this coming Monday morning.
Century 106.
The receptionist said to me, every time I come, someone gets sacked. And so every time I walk through the door, they think, who's going today? And it's quite upsetting, really, because, I don't like to work like that. But if they're not part of the solution, they're part of the problem. And so for the last few days, it's like the Grim Reaper.
Liz Jepson, one of the few originals, presents the religious programmes on Sunday mornings.
Sunday mornings, God and Century 106. What do you think?
Right. I'm going to stay with God. This doesn't
well, that's good. No, stay with God's
right.
good. Yeah.
I'm going to stay with God, and we're going to condense it a lot. And so I just want to change the whole feel to it. What I want to do is to make the breakfast presenter responsible for that part of the show, which means that they'll jack up the religious bit.
Yeah.
And so it's really the where you fit in it, because I can't find a place for you.
I have a problem on many levels with that, because where's your breakfast presenter going to get any contacts from? And I'm glad you're keeping something in there. I'm not saying I don't want it in there. I'm saying don't make it look stupid or make Century 106 look stupid, because it's done in a way which patronises religion, or you get a presenter on there who doesn't know anything about it.
The presenter doesn't need to be, greatly informed about religion to do a religious slot. I mean, I don't need to know a great deal about cars to talk to a mechanic. The bottom line is, what you're doing now, at that particular time of day, nobody listens.
But that is a historical thing. That's not just because of the small role that I have on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, but what
that's because the whole thing is you're changing the whole thing.
Yeah, but your slot, when it goes out, nobody listens. I have an asterisk. And an asterisk means at that time that the number of people who listen are so few they can't be counted. The way that I pay you is solely down to the advertising I sell. Solely down there. Now, if I'm not selling any advertising, I can't pay you. The presenters live and die by their audience figures. And if their audience figures aren't good, their history, they're gone. And that's it. That's the way they live, and that's part of being a presenter. Sorry.
I think it's a shame for all of us, actually. But there you go.
Well, it's religion will still play a part of Sunday mornings. We're just going to do it a little bit differently. Yeah. That's all. So, okay.
Okay, good luck.
All right, thanks very much. Okay,
see you, John.
Bye. It's God on the phone.
Hello.
I feel rather cheesed off, actually, about the way it's all happened. I'm not the slightest bit surprised that he doesn't want to be paying any more for expertise than he absolutely has to. He's interested in business, he's interested in selling advertising, and that's the only thing that is... And I can understand that completely. It's about branding, it's about advertising, it's about market forces. That's the way all broadcasting is going.
I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to make the station successful. And, you know, we're going to bring an MD in who'll be popular, but he'll have the same drive and the same rules and the same ambitions as I have. But it's not a popularity contest in any way.
Back in the Northwest, John's won Manchester United commentary rights, but they'll only become exclusive locally next year. It'll cost him £250,000 annually. He'll need to get as much back as possible from a sponsor.
So we've got Man United. How much do you think we can get for that in sponsorship terms?
You'd say it's worth 200,000. You'd probably have to negotiate down to 150.
Happy smiles, yeah, that's great, terrific. And again?
There's a deal to be done somewhere, it's just a question of what deal. In an ideal world, you'd be able to get 200, but 150,000.
150.
There are companies out there with that sort of money. It's just a question of finding them. Now. Gotta go.
How much did we pay for this?
62 quid.
60 for a shirt?
For a shirt.
You're winding me up.
But it's the best shirt in the country.
62 quid.
We have just done a deal on rights to broadcast all home and away matches. It carries a price tag of £1 million over 4 years.
The advertising campaign's now in full swing. Derek's face is still noticeably absent.
This is Morgan in the Morning. It is 20 minutes to 11. That's right, 20 minutes to 11 now. And hi to you all. This is the greatest radio station in the whole of God's country. Hi to everyone today who's locked into our brand new radio station in Wigan. So hi to everyone who's tuning today at the Galleries Shopping Centre in sunny Wigan.
Only test transmissions are taking place, but John's wasting no time in building up the audience ready for the launch.
New radio station for the Northwest.
It's the men who tune in first. And it's the females who come later. And when they come in, you have to be female friendly. Well, advertisers want to advertise to housewives, so we target all our music to a 39-year-old woman.
I feel so unsure as I take your hand.
I like the idea of every day I know people in the Northwest can switch on the radio and I can be talking to them. I mean, that's a great feeling of influence and power, that. I mean, I've spent my life wanting to win whatever I've done, whether it be in politics or in business or in family life or anything else. I've always wanted to win. I find it difficult to ever envisage things not being successful.
Did you want to...
But John's programme director is not so confident about Derek's chances of success.
Did you want to have a talk about?
Well, only it's about Derek, really, John. I mean, we've got to get... He can't drive a desk. And I've had him in the studio when we did the training last week. I mean, he's great at the personality stuff. As soon as he pushes the button, it's like this. And I want to get a tech op in to drive it regularly.
Nah. That's a lot of crap, Graham.
Yeah, but the fact is, it's a choice. You've either got him doing it right and pushing the buttons or copying up. And I mean, I think we've just got to be getting it right from day one. You know, that's why I want to take off, right?
Now, once you allow someone like Derek Hatton to be driven, you're never going to get him behind the desk properly. But why should we go to more expense?
But we're going to end up with it as a spoiling the ship for a hape at the time for the sake of a tech op, in my opinion.
You can be in the studio with him. I mean, you know, you're the programmer. You sit in the studio with him, but he sits at the desk. He drives the desk. If you want to stand behind him and ensure that all the things are going well, then that's fine. But we're not putting a tech op in to do something which I'm paying Derek to do.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
If you say, oh, Derek, we're going to look after you because you're a celebrity, we're going to wrap you in cotton wool, we're going to get someone to drive the desk for you, he's going to say, oh, thanks very much. I'm paying this guy a lot of money. He should be able to, can he drive a car? He can drive a 40, 50,000 pound bloody car. He can drive a desk. There's no other way out of it.
Right.
Okay.
This is the Derek Hatton Lunchtime Phone-In on Century 105. Call now on 0161 400 0000.
Yes, this is Derek Hatton on Century 105. The number is 0161 400 0000. And on line 1 we have...
Liverpool.
Sorry?
Sean from Liverpool.
Sean, how are you, Sean?
Start
that again. Get away, Sean. Start again. I'll come back to you in a minute.
Okay, take his fader down. Now, hang on. Put it back down. Hang on.
Try to put it back on. What's the name on
well,
hold?
Don't press buttons if you don't know what you're pressing.
This is Century 105 News.
Century 105.
The headlines: Blackpool on the up after tower sale, twin...
The station is now stepping up to doing dry runs in the studios 24 hours a day. And Scotty McClue's warming up too. His show could upset the radio authority and even affect the licence.
He had no right to tell that man he was thick.
Yeah,
he said, well, why have I no right to tell the man he's thick when he is thick?
No, I'm not on about that. I'm on about the fact that you get someone from Oldham. I don't want you saying everybody in Oldham's thick.
I call them thick because they sound thick.
You're missing the whole bloody point. You're thick here. Listen to what I'm saying.
They're coming on from Oldham and they're saying, hey.
So you're saying everyone from Oldham's thick?
No, I'm not saying that.
Well, that's my point.
No, but I'm not saying the thick, but I'm saying that a lot of people from certain areas sound thick. I do take it to the line, take it right up to the line, and the byproduct of that is you're going to upset some people. I don't want to upset him, because he's my boss, and he's bought the product. He's bought Scotty McClue's megaphone in. Now I'm going to do a big business for him. But if I cross the line, you know, he'll axe the show. But I don't think I do cross the line. And I've said, where are you phoning from? They said, I'm phoning from Bolton. And I said, oh, well, that explains it.
Well, that's
because
humour.
I think that's humour.
No,
yeah,
that's humour.
I don't think I'm then saying
I'm not
anybody from
fighting
Bolton's
against that.
thick.
But what I'm saying is that occasionally you come on and say, I'm sick of this, love. Every person from Manchester is thick.
Yeah.
And that's what upsets people.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is I can't defend that with the radio authority.
Sure.
I can defend to the cows come home you saying, he called this person thickhead.
Yeah.
And I can say, well, I listened to the tape and I agree with him.
Yeah,
I can't defend everyone from Manchester's thick because they're plainly not.
The first bollocking and we're not even on air yet.
Everything's been having a pretty bumpy ride, including the sponsorship deal from Manchester United.
The problem with these deals is they're always fraught, and until you've got something in writing, people can tell you they're going to do a deal. They've got an interest in taking you as late as possible so they get the price down. So it's been tense, very tense. But we have done a deal with Northwest Ford dealers. It's fantastic news. It's absolutely fantastic.
So John's got most of the sponsorship he needs to balance his books. But now there's another problem with numbers.
When we won the licence, we agreed to do so much speech. 40% of my output must be speech. But because we hired Degsy, and I'm not prepared at this stage to let him do 2 hours of a phone-in, I'm only going to let him do 1 hour, means I'm right on the borderline of my speech. In fact, I'm under it. So I've got to ensure that all the other presenters do more speech to compensate for Degsy not doing enough speech. So there's a lot riding on him, really.
Stop. I think at the end of the day, I'm just going to eat me and worry about it afterwards.
Oh, you won't have an afterwards if you've died.
Hey?
If you die, you won't have an afterwards to worry about, will you?
Well, no, but what I'm saying is that... That's right. But
He's developed a lot, but having heard him the last couple of times is whether he's personally got that charisma about him that people actually want to ring in and speak to Derek Hatton. So he has to learn very quickly. He's got a learning curve, like the face of the Eiger at the moment. He's really got to climb up there.
Call the Northwest's biggest phone-in, the Degsy Debate. Derek Hatton on Century 105.
Century 105.
Good morning, you're listening to Century 105 on Tuesday, September the 8th. It's 8 a.m. and a star is born.
For the stations, investors and advertisers, it's Bucks Fizz all round.
First, Dad. I like this bit the best. This is the money.
You may already be...
Cha-ching! Cha-ching! So, hey, so far, so good.
Right now, we're taking calls for the Derek Hatton phone-in when he can talk about absolutely anything under the sun, if you can get a word in edgewise, of course. I certainly struggled.
When I'm finishing and going into the news, what time do I press next? About 10 seconds to go or something like that.
Who's going to be in the studio for Degsy? Right, do you know how to work the desk?
Yes.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes.
Right.
Everton hope to end their goal drought tonight at Nottingham Forest. If they don't, they could slip to the bottom of the Premiership table if Southampton don't lose at Leeds.
Well, he wants to Man United because he's happy with football, but, you know, I don't want to tick all the women off today.
All right. That's it for now.
I'll be back with more at 2 o'clock.
Northwest weather.
Derek's about to talk to his public for the first time.
The region's big issues, today's big stories. Call now 10161 100 0000 for the Degsy Debate on Century 105.
Yes, it's 108 and it's me, Derek Hatton, with the Northwest #1 radio phone-in.
Call the Degsy Debate Derek Hatton on Century 105.
Good afternoon. Well, we're here at last. This is going to be the best, the most lively, the most interesting radio phone-in in the world. Well, what's going on in the Northwest today? I suppose we've all talked about Man United and Murdoch. And I may be in the minority, but if Rupert Murdoch walked in to buy Everton, I would be over the moon. I can understand me being jealous because it's not Everton, it's Man United. I can understand Arsenal, I can understand Leeds, I can understand Liverpool, I can understand Bolton, Bury, Blackburn, Blackpool, or whoever annoyed it because it's not them. Anyway, we're now going to go to the first call. First call, Steve. Hi. Where are you from, mate?
From Gorton in Manchester.
Very good. What do you want to talk about, mate?
From Murdoch.
Murdoch?
Yeah.
Have you listened this morning, by the way, to Century?
I have, all morning.
Well, you've been listening to the, have you listened to over the last month or so?
Yeah, we're tuned in every day. We've got them all at it now.
Yeah, the problem you've got now is the music goes and people like me get in the way.
Yeah, well, that's
it. Well, we can live with that, mate, can't we?
Yeah, we can live with it. Yeah.
Right. The listeners will tell me how long to give him. If his phones are busy, if he's reacting well on the phones, then he'll succeed.
He can virtually control the Premiership.
But if Degsy does not score on his first survey, then he's back selling newspapers on the street in Liverpool.
So there's no more fussy ones, is there?
Not at the moment, no.
You're listening to Scotty McClue's megaphone in. Back to the telephones because we are stored out of the door and step it through with calls. Now, that is Scottish for saying we are extremely busy, so I don't want any idiots, I don't want any plonkers, I don't want any fools. That covers most of you, I think. And Wally!
Yeah.
That's an appropriate name to pop up next, isn't it?
It's February the 4th, and the official audience figures are released at 8 a.m. today. It's crunch time for John. Will he get the number of listeners he's been promising his advertisers?
This is the worst day of the year. Worst day, because your life depends on that call. Sales-wise, we're saying that we'll get 7%. We have to get that because we've sold the company on that. Less than 7. So, and I'm going home. So.
His wife Linda's made a special trip over from Newcastle.
It's quite a heart-stopping moment from you pick the phone up till you get to hear what the figure is. It's about 10 seconds, but for that 10 seconds, your whole heart stops waiting for the figure. Hi.
Hello, John. It's Rachel.
Hi.
Hi. I've got some figures for you.
Right. You sound down.
No. Should I be?
No. Go on, you always do this to me. Hit me with it.
You wouldn't expect it any other way. Okay, you've got a pen?
Yeah.
The population is 5076.
Yeah.
The weekly reach is 474. Which is 9%.
Yes! Yes! Right.
Total hours of 4031.
Yes.
Average hours 8.5 per listener.
Yeah.
Market share 4.7%.
Whoa! That is fantastic! Hey, bloody marvellous, I tell you.
Okay.
Bye! 9%. First rate jar is 9% room.
In its region, Century has come in at number 7, ahead of all but 3 of the other commercial stations. BBC took the top 3 positions.
It's 4.7.
Century in Nottingham is doing better, but it's not out of the woods yet.
And if you don't mind, I'm just going to spray some champagne, all right?
One man is particularly relieved by the listening figures for his show.
Well, are you ready? Here's Linda McCartney. It's me being a DJ. I've never been a DJ before. Oh, I have once, didn't I, when all the phones went down. It's me being a DJ. Do you think I'll be a good DJ, Derek?
You're passing the audition very well.
I'm passing the audition very well. And it's Linda McCartney, and it's definitely far better than I thought it was going to be. And I'm enjoying it much, much more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. But the number of bits about all the buttons and the faders and having to keep it going and looking at the screen, that actually is a talent. You can see the way broadcasters are, some are so much better than others. Dare I say it, I mean, I'd be able to sit in front of any desk and operate any, radio or television show. I don't think the reason why that song has been banned has got anything to do with the fact that they swear on it. I just think it's crap.
Degsy was our biggest risk.
Appalling.
And I wouldn't publicise him. But now I would.
You're sort of jumping around, it's great.
Half the time he talks a complete lot of tosh. But Derek comes on and the audience goes up. So, I think we'll get his picture taken. I think I'll put him in some bus shelters and backs of buses.
Come on, team, go on, team. No, they're not bad, are we? Come here, got it.
A year later, John Myers left to head up a large media group's radio division, and Derek Hatton's career as a radio presenter continues.